Hello children, welcome to the today's science class. So dear students, in the last class we have discussed about the very important parts in the plastics, isn't it? So what are the plastics, what are the types of the plastics, important types of the plastics, how they are classified. So depending upon the deformation they are classified into two important types. So which are those? That is the thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics that we have discussed, isn't it? So let us continue our further discussion with the plastics. So before that we will recap the important points that we have discussed in this lesson, and then we shall move to the next topic. Okay, so you should before beginning the each topics, you should remember the last topics that we have discussed. So it will be the very important steps to recall the things that we have learned in the last class. It is very important. Okay, so let's move to the let us recall the points that you have discussed in the before, that means in the previous classes. Okay, so we have discussed about the types of fibers, then so what are synthetic fibers, properties of synthetic fibers, so experiments or activity regarding to check the importance of synthetic fibers, types of synthetic fibers, rayon, nylon. Okay, then rayon, nylon, then alkalic. Okay, and to check the activity regarding to checking the how to check the thickness of the this kind of nylon. Okay, then polyester. Okay, alkalic. So and we are also started our discussion with the plastics, how the plastics are made. So plastic is also what is the definition for the plastics that we have discussed, isn't it? So after that we have discussed about the plastics can easily be easy to color. Okay, then there are two types of plastics, thermo and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics are easily molded, thermosetting plastics are cannot be molded. Okay, and we also studied the examples for that. So polythene and PVC are the best example for the thermoplastics that we have discussed, and it is used to make the toys. Okay, and it is used to make the combs and as well as containers. So in the combs, what kind of plastic is used? Thermoplastic is used. Okay. So after that we are discussed about the thermosetting plastics is a very important one, because most of all the household articles, including the electrical wires and electrical switches, consisting of this kind of the plastics. They are thermosetting plastics. Okay, children. So remember, till now we are up to this we have discussed, isn't it? So up to this we have discussed about in our previous classes. Let's move to the next one. So you are familiar about the thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. So we will study about the one of the important property regarding the plastics. Okay, plastic is a non-reactive. You know that the metals like iron get rusted when left exposed to the moisture and air, but plastics do not react with the water and air. They are not corroded easily. That's why they are used to store the various kinds of materials, including the many chemicals also. It's a very interesting one. So if in your school, if any chemical laboratories are there, if you go and visit there, you can observe most of the chemicals are stored in the plastic bottles. Why means, see, these kind of plastics are non-reactive. They are non-reactive means they never react with any kind of chemicals. But if the iron is exposed to the environment, so rusting is takes place. Rusting is a chemical reaction. Okay, due to the presence of the moisture, the iron reacts with the moisture, which results in the formation of a rust, Fe2O3. Okay, so the rust is formed. So what happens? The iron involves in the chemical reaction, but the plastics do not involve in the any kind of reaction. That's why it is used to store the varieties of materials, including the chemicals also. Understood? Let's move to the next one. Yes. Understood this one? Yes. Non-react. Plastic is non-reactive. Next, plastic. Plastic is light and strong and durable. It is easy to carry, isn't it? So it is very lightweight one. It is very strong also. So fibers, you heard about the fibers. Okay, the plastics, there are kind of materials called fibers are there. So even it is fallen also, it is never be broken. Okay, it is very strong and it is durable also. Okay, so you know that this type of in plastics, the cheaper kind of plastics are there, costly plastics are also there. Okay, depending upon that one quality, depending upon the quality it is used. Okay. So here you can see in this paragraph they are given they are light, strong and durable, can be molded into different shapes and size. Plastics are generally cheaper than the metals. They are widely used in industry. For the household articles, make a list of different kind of plastics containers. So you can easily list out the different kinds of plastic containers which is used in your home to store the varieties of materials in your home, isn't it? So if you are able to do this, you can note down the important materials which are important materials are used, the plastics are used to store the different type of materials in your home, isn't it? So note down the different types of the materials are stored in your home with the help of plastics. Okay, in the plastic containers what kind of materials are stored in your home, so you can easily note down this. So understood, the plastics are non-reactive and they are light, strong and durable. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Plastics are poor conductors. They are the poor conductors. So what does that poor conductors means? You have learned that plastics are the poor conductors of heat and electricity. That's why electric wires have the plastic covering and the handles of screwdrivers are made up of plastic. As mentioned above, handles of frying pans are also made up of plastic. So you already know that. So bakelite and melamine, so they are the good kind of very strong plastics. So bakelite is used in the electrical wires and switches because they, even though heat is applied also, they never changes their shape. Okay, so that's why in the handles of pans, okay, cookers, and also in the electrical wires, okay, and also screwdrivers, the handle of screwdrivers is made up of plastics because it is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, plastic is the bad conductor of heat and electricity, so that's why it is used in the electrical wires and switches also. Okay, understood? So these are the very important points regarding the plastics. So the plastics are non-reactive, they are very light and strong and durable, and also they are the poor conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Plastics and environment. How the plastic is, whether it is an eco-friendly, that is, it helps in environment or not. Let's see. Okay, when we go to the market, we usually get the things wrapped into the plastics or packed into the polythene bags. That is the reason why the plastic waste keeps getting accumulated in our homes. Ultimately, plastic finds its way to the garbage disposal of the plastic. It is a major problem. Yes. So nowadays, what happens? The storage of during the garbages, what happens? So these kind of plastics we will throw no into the garbage. So we will throw the plastic items that we have brought by the market, we will throw to the, finally it is thrown into the garbage, it is collected in the garbage. So that will create a lot of problems to the environment. How it is creating the problem, let us discuss now. Here you can observe materials which get decomposed through the natural process such as the action by the bacteria, they are called as the biodegradable. So what are biodegradable substances? The substances which are decomposing on the action of bacteria. Okay, yeah, I already discussed in the last chapter, that is microorganisms friend and foe. They are the good decomposers that we have discussed, isn't it? It is helping in the environment in many ways. So it is decomposing the dead body of the animals, it diffuses the nutrition to the soil. So that you are remembered, isn't it? So what the microorganisms will do? Microorganisms will spoil the items, decompose the items, and it will clean the environment. So such type of materials are called as a biodegradable. Okay, so materials which are decomposed through the action of the bacteria are called as a biodegradable, and the materials which are not easily decomposed by the natural process is called as non-biodegradable. So plastic is a what kind of material? It is a non-biodegradable. Even it is kept for thousands or millions of years, it is remains same. It never be decomposed by the microorganisms. Okay, so such type of substances are called as the non-biodegradable substances. Okay, so this is how the plastic is creating a problem in our environment. How it is useful, what kind, it is very useful, so that much of the disadvantages are also there in the plastics. So it is its advantages is present in various fields. Along with that one, it is also having some of the disadvantages also. So So we are the human beings, we have to follow certain rules to control this kind of the pollution in our country. So what we have to do? So see here, avoid the use of plastic as far as possible. Make a use of bags made up of cotton or jute when you go to the shopping. The biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately and disposed of separately. So it is also following nowadays in the municipalities. So in the garbage collecting vans will come, no, there you can observe the vegetable waste, that is organic waste, inorganic waste, different kinds of boxes are there mentioning in the different colors. So by separating this one, we can make use of the we can separate the biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. So it is one of the best way to clean the environment. Okay, so and also protecting the environment. Practice in your homes, can you suggest some of the ways which can to reduce the use of plastics? Yes, so by reducing, by we have to bring only, we have to, when we are going to the market, you carry only the for every time you have to carry the one bag only. So for every that means if you are going many times for the market, means carrying the bags regularly, means it will create the more number of the polythene bags and it will create the pollution. So in order to control that, so we instead of bringing the covers every time, you can brought for the one time and you can use it for the many times. Okay, it is the best way. It is better to recycle the plastic waste. Most of the thermoplastics can be recycled. So as compared to the thermosetting plastics, thermoplastics can be easily recycled. For that purposes, so we can easily recycle. You can easily reuse so such type of the items. Okay. So as possible, citizens remember the 5R principle. So we have to remember the 5R principle. It is very necessary. So they are reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, refuse. So this principle we must be include in our environment, in our nature. That mean we, so we will protect our nature by using these kind of principles. Okay, reduce, recycle, recover and refuse. Understood? So this is how we can protect our environment with the effect of pollution by the plastics. Okay children, so this is how the plastics are influencing us in many ways. So this completes our lesson number 3, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. I hope you are understood the each point in this lesson. So let us discuss some of the key points that we have discussed in the last class. Let us recall this one. So we are discussed about the acrylic, artificial silk, nylon, plastic, polyester, okay, polymer, polythene, rayon, synthetic fibers, terylene, thermosetting plastics, thermoplastics and plastics. So this completes our lesson 3, that is that is synthetic fibers and plastics. Hope you understood the lesson. Okay. Okay children, I will meet in the next session with the new chapter. Okay. Okay. Thank you all.